So hey ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to talk about the whole thing that's happening right now with gun control. It doesn't make any sense by my point of view why people are protecting the criminals way better than the law-abiding citizen.
Distinguished members of the committee, thank you for allowing me to be here today to address the violence in our country. My name is Lucretia Hughes Kluken. I have 4 children and 9 grandchildren. On the night of April the 2nd, 2016, my family got a phone call that would change our lives forever.
Okay.
My ex-husband answered the phone and let out a blood-curdling scream, a scream of pain from the depths of his soul. He screamed, he cried, he's gone, he is gone. Our 19-year-old son, Emmanuel, went to a party early that night. After we got the call, we was frantic. We called his phone, no one answered. We called even the police. I went to Facebook and I had to ask, is my son dead? I found out that he was shot point blank in the head and killed while playing dominoes. No one spoke up for weeks, and the killer was on the run. No one was going to snitch.
Wow, that's a big problem in the black community, man. Snitches get stitches and all these things, because we know that even if we say something, the how fast the police might react is too slow. The people that they might arrest, they might release too quick, and it comes to a point where you're like, you know what, I better live good with a criminal and hope I don't offend them one day, because even if I do something about it and I try to defend myself, they're gonna arrest us both and send us to prison. Because if I try to defend myself, oh no, we're gonna charge you the same as the people that try to rob you. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? How can I feel safe and still vote for you? I don't know, man. It's like these weird, usually white liberals that actually seem to understand supposedly my situation better, and they are the ones defunding the police, why they don't even want to live in the places where black people live. They live so far freaking away, but they understand our issues or damages, especially when they keep releasing the same criminals back because the system is racist. But they need the victims. That's why I don't like the Democrat parties anymore, because it's kind of weird. It seems Malcolm X was right. The black people that keeps voting for these people are kind of traitors right now.
But that is the street life. Words can't describe how hard it is to bury a child. I ache for anyone and all who have done the same. My son's death was a result of a criminal with an evil heart and a justice system failing to hold him accountable for the laws he had already broken.
Facts.
You see, a convicted felon killed my son with an illegally obtained gun. Our gun control lobbyists and politicians claim that their policies will save lives and reduce violence. Well, those policies did not save my son.
Yeah, it's not gonna save your son. It's not gonna save anybody. Because even if you're gonna put the gun in a case in a special number and the bullets in a case in a special number, by the time I unlock the gun, the bullet, I put it together and I try to fight the criminal, I'm already dead. I better have a knife so I can stab him, but no, I'm not allowed to do that either. Because when they come into your house, you have to run away. Or it has to be the last hope. I'm like, then how do you want me to... You're not allowed to defend yourself. Why not? Because he can't control his history because of racism. That's why he's poor. That's why he robs. I'm like, wait a second. I've lived in places where we are way more poor than other people. But you normalize certain action to get a little money. So who's to blame then? Aren't you going to help the people in a certain way, or is it a gangster life? I don't know, man. But if you don't understand the culture, why do you apply a solution that you remove the gun from law-abiding citizens, and the non-law-abiding citizens are super happy, like, oh my god, I still have my gun. Thank you, government, because now they cannot defend themselves. And they feel confident. They print gun, not in printers. You can buy the thing, transform it like a transformer, and they have a gun. But if a law-abiding citizen does it, oh man, you're not allowed. Fine. Here's a coupon to buy food.
The laws being discussed are already implemented
Yep.
in cities across this country.
Yep.
We have decades of evidence proving they
Do not work. 100%.
St. Louis, New York, Chicago, Washington, Atlanta are gun control utopias, and they are plagued with the most violence.
That is what I find weird. How can you remove all the guns but you have more crime issues in your city? And you can tell me in my face we are doing our job. That does not make... No parent should bury their sons, man. That is the most horrible thing that you could do.
10 more laws, 20 more laws, 1,000 more won't make what has already illegal more wrong or stop criminals from committing these crimes.
The culture.
And y'all are delusional if you think it's going to keep us safe. I am a walking testimony of how the criminal justice system and the gun control laws, which is steeped in racism, by the way,
Oh.
have failed the black community.
Think about it. I'm not trying to joke and make it a funny thing because somebody lost their son. But officially the Democrat was all about removing the guns. Especially from the black people. Just do some research. It's not that... Look, man. It is as if the residue of the past is still a little on the shoulder of certain Democrats' laws that they keep making. That I'm like, you still smell kind of fishy. Especially when you're trying to help us, but the crime is going through the roof. Why should I vote for you? You say, no, I can't go to that side because my side is good, but they're corrupting my side, so I'm gonna stay with them because I'm loving. Bam, bam, bam. And people keep on dying in your inner cities? I don't know, man. I don't know. Keep taking the food stamp forever. Keep staying a slave of the system. I don't know. There's a culture that I really do not appreciate for the black people.
By the age of 25, I had already went to 18 young black men funeral.
How?
At the age of 25. I have one black man in jail, one black man in the grave, and my young grandson gonna be raised without a father.
That's horrible, man.
And it's a curse on the black community and everyone else's. Something has to change. Thoughts and prayers and calls for more gun control isn't enough.
It's not gonna help.
How about letting me defend myself from evil?
Hey.
You don't think that I'm capable and trustworthy to handle a firearm? You don't think that the Second Amendment doesn't apply to people that look like me?
I don't think you guys actually care. It's like you want the criminals to have gun so they control the people that are law-abiding citizens without the money and without the gun. Yikes.
Who and you who would call for more gun controls are the same ones that are calling to defund the police.
Told ya. Told ya.
Who is supposed to protect us? We must prepare to be our own first responders.
Yes.
To protect ourselves and our loved ones.
Yeah, but that requires independence and they do not want that. They want to believe that I'm protecting you, I'm helping you, and you better accept it or you are a... You know the word that I was gonna say. Because as if you don't depend on them, they don't get any policies, they don't get any funding because they have to do something that is officially effective. But the things they do are not effective. So they want the emotion, live on that. And they're doing a great job. BLM helped them a lot. But I hope that black people wake up because at this point, many of them are kind of waking up and they don't care about the name calling. If I'm not part of the culture, if I'm damaging the culture, good. I want a change. I mean, I think it's in Canada. Abba and Preach made a video that the gun has to be in the safe, the bullets have to be in the safe, some gangster stuff, and you need to transform that, put that together, and then maybe you're allowed to shoot if it's self-defense. In Spain, we're not allowed to have a gun, but then again, the cops arrive very, very, very quickly over here. So it isn't an inner city response. SWAT swarms you immediately. Immediately. So in poor neighborhoods, we do feel safe. In a different way.
And I don't need the government to save me.
But think about it. Even if it's law-abiding, we are the most disrespected. And even we follow the law, that you will find a woke reason to not abide by the law yourself, and you still earn a lot of money. I find that interesting. I don't think you're helping people if you're earning money. And even if you earn money, you're not transparent enough what you're doing with that money. If you want to help people, help the people that pay the most taxes, the people that do the work, the people that put money in the system that keeps spinning. But the thing is, those people that have a power because they're doing something, you don't want them to do that. So you take the money for the people that put the money in the system and justify it that that money is going to help the people that are not part of the system. But by helping the people that are not part of the system, these people have a reason to have a voice to be, hey, it's my human right. No. If you don't work as hard as me because you don't want to, because you know the government will help you, I don't want to be part of that, because there are certain people that actually take advantage of the system. That is why, for example, right now I'm supposed to be possible disabled, but I can't get it because everybody was grabbing everything, taking advantage of the system because they didn't want to work, and they exist everywhere, and I get that. But I have an issue when they take advantage of the system with guns.
I teach people how to use a firearm. I empower others to look at me to understand the Second Amendment is their right. I am a proud member of the DC Project, Women for Gun Rights. We believe that education is the key to safety, not ineffective legislation. We support meaningful solutions that will actually save lives.
Perfect.
We support the Safe Student Act, H.R. 7415, which would immediately make schools safer. In hindsight, of Parkland, we saw failure of the government at every level failing the students. Students saw something and they said something, and the school did not act. Police were called to his residence over 30 times, and they did not act. And finally, the police did not go into their school that fateful day and failed to protect those kids. We need to secure our schools, and we got to secure this building, or like y'all do. What's the difference?
Democrats are not going to do anything about this by my standard, because when these things happen, they always take that as an advantage why you should vote for them. I don't want people to vote, tell me why I should vote on them, especially when certain people have died. Once in a while, I can understand it, but if that is your motto over and over, and every time you provide a solution in the city that you're taking care of, you cannot even put some stability, that's like somebody that has divorced his wife or whatever, and he's gonna come tell me, hey man, I got some advice how you guys can stick together forever. I'm like, what? No, don't come tell me. I'm trying to work it out with my wife. Why are you opening your mouth? Get something over there and convince me that you can do it better. But you're not gonna tell me that you know better because you did some research on a paper, you know what you're doing. It doesn't make any sense, man.
We call on Congress to ban gun-free zones.
Facts.
Fund nonpartisan firearm education programs like Kids Safe Foundation and non-governmental mental health organizations like Hold My Guns. And in closing, I claim that nothing in these bills do anything to make us safer or address the mental health crisis in this country. Despite living with the heartache of losing my son on a daily basis, I believe it is our God-given right to defend ourselves from any act of violence.
Yep.
Making it more difficult or even more expensive for me and people that look like me and other law-abiding citizens will not make us safer. It will embolden the criminals. Gun owners are not the enemies, and these gun control policies are not the solution.
Everybody keeps telling me, yeah, it's easy in America to buy guns. Look at this country, look at this country, look at this country. I'm like, okay, yeah, but what about the countries that they remove the guns and suddenly they start stabbing people with knives, and then they had to ban the knives also. Everybody said, what, you're gonna ban the knives? I think it happened something in UK. I think something in Sweden. I don't know, northern countries, they removed the guns. They started grenading themselves, yeah, boom, and or acid attacks. They're gonna find something, right? It's a mental health issue. It's a bullying mental health issue of people that usually don't have a stable family. Focus on the family. But of course, focused families don't have issues, so the government cannot step in your life and take control over everything. That is the thing. The government is always there. The government will always help you. Funding, funding, funding. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, why is there always funding in my personal parts? You want to tell me that I cannot defend myself against an unlawful, weird ninja that tries to come in my house, but I'm the law-abiding citizens that is paying the taxes, so no, you're forcing me to pay the taxes because you are taking care of everybody. Okay, then protect me as if that person that tries to rob me doesn't deserve the life. No, because that's bad, right? So I need to take the hit because I'm like the big brother. And all these criminals is like the little kids always screaming for his candy, and I have to be responsible for him, take care of him. If I go to a party, I have to take him also. But anything that happened to him is my responsibility. It's not mommy and daddy's fault. Because they have a job to do.
Don't get me wrong, ako sa kita bong.